All right, so we talked about the owner and we talked about the possessor. Who else can you sue when you slip and fall? Look, this is a very fact-specific determination.
Just the facts, ma'am.
The law here is mostly one where the relevant circumstances is a person who's interacting with the property has to use reasonable care to protect against foreseeable harm. That can mean a whole bunch of things in a whole bunch of circumstances. It's why you need a lawyer, right? There's no simple bullet point, okay, X, Y, Z, this is who's responsible. In a lot of slip and fall cases, you end up having viable theories against the multiplicity of parties, and you got to kind of work out through the litigation. All the defendants start pointing at each other, and you figure out who's really at fault. But a couple things I want to suggest. First, a lot of these properties have a property manager. In some ways, that property manager might be in possession of the common areas. They stand between the owner and the tenant. There is someone in between, a layer in between. And that layer in between, as a hired professional property manager, is often the person who is in possession of the common areas of the property, the hallways, the stairwells, the parking lots outside. They're the ones who hire contractors to solve the problems. The owner isn't doing it. The tenant isn't doing it, right? So depending on where exactly you fall and what the nature of the property is, there could be someone who is neither owner nor possessor of the not possessor of like the particular store, who you need to know and figure out who they are. Don't wait until the day before the statute of limitations, because you won't figure out who the property manager is until you get in discovery sometime. Let's take some specific examples. Winter on the horizon, snow removal is a big thing, especially if you fall in like a big shopping center or someplace with a big parking lot. There's often ice and snow in the parking lot. People walk in the parking lot. People fall in the parking lot. Look, it just started snowing and there's a general coating of snow everywhere. You're probably, if you fall, that's on you.
It's the perfect texture for running.
We've seen a lot of people out here, like you said, running, sledding, just enjoying it. One thing, oops, that can happen.
Right? The property owner doesn't have to make sure there's never, ever any snow or ice on their parking lot ever. That's crazy. That's not how it works anywhere. The thing to remember is a lot of these companies hire someone who has a snow removal contract with them. The relevant factor here is, look, how'd you fall? If it's ice, where did the ice come from? So a general slippery condition, yeah, maybe the property owner is on the hook. Maybe the property possessor is on the hook. But if someone tried to remove the snow, right? If they salted, but it wasn't enough. If they shoveled, but they missed the spot, that's a negligence claim against the snow removal company, right? They know when they're removing snow from a parking lot that people are going to be walking on that parking lot. They are in some sense creating the illusion of safety by doing some of their job. You know, where we see this the most is kind of melt and refreeze situations. They shovel the lot, they snow plow, they salt, and snow melt falls back across the lot and then refreezes.